This is actually so embarrassing, the fact that I have not even as much as swatched this palette. So I have a massive makeup declutter coming up soon. I'm not too sure whether it will be up before this tutorial or not. I was doing a massive makeup declutter. I got rid of a lot of makeup, okay? And I was obviously going through my eyeshadow palettes and I came across this from bPerfect Cosmetics, and it is in collaboration with Makeup by Eyeliner. This palette is a bit of me, like, because it has 4 pressed glitters. We have a lot of colour in it, but we also have our neutral shades and tones as well. Like, look at these 4 shades up here. How stunning are they? So I've just popped a wee bit of the P. Louise eyeshadow base just on my lids, and I'm going to blend this out. I use the shade 02. Oh, and before I go any further, I think for this tutorial, the look that I'm kind of wanting to go for is similar to something I seen on Instagram the other night by a creator, NC Wrangle. I think that's how it's pronounced. If not, I am so sorry, and I mean no disrespect. But I will of course have a screenshot of her Instagram up here actually. I think that's a better idea. And I will also have her credit it in the description box as well, along with her Instagram and stuff. Her makeup is absolutely beautiful, so this look is somewhat going to be inspired by her. And then of course I'm going to be taking my collaboration with Buff and Blend. I think my brushes are going to be absolutely perfect for this look because there's going to be a lot of blending, because I'm definitely wanting to do something with colour, and I'm obviously going to be needing like these wee small precise like wee mini blending brushes, like my 02 and my 0. You'd think I would know the names of my own brushes at this point. My 04. I'm going to do a wee bit of cheating already. I'm actually going to go into the Stacey Marie bPerfect Carnival palette, and I'm going to take this darkish pink Bloom. This one here. There's pink in this palette, but it's not as dark as I would like it to be. I'm going to be taking this on my 02, my wee precise petite blender, and I'm just going to start popping this just on the outer corner. Oh my god. Feels like such a long time since I've done like an actual full-blown coloured eye makeup look. So I'm literally just going to be packing on that shadow just at that outer corner, bringing it up to the crease as well, by the way. And then I'm not going to take any more product on my brush, but I am, however, just going to go around in pat motions just at those edges, just kind of blur and diffuse a wee bit so that it's not as harsh. And then I'm obviously going to be going in with another shade after this, so it just kind of means that it's not going to be as difficult to blend. I'm now going to go into like the actual rain palette now. And then I'm going to take this shade here. I'm taking another one of my 02s. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'm going to now just pack this shade on, just circling that pink. And again, not taking any more product on my brush, and I'm just going to go in pat motions and just going to give it a wee bit of a diffuse. I just kind of find like going in pattern motions to blend is so much easier than using like circular motions, especially if you want to be precise with your blend. And I kind of find that whenever you're going in circular motions to blend, you somewhat blend the shadow further sometimes than you want to go. So if you just kind of pat it, you're able to actually control your blend a wee bit better. And of course feel free now to go in with a wee bit more of that pink to kind of deepen that up a wee bit, because obviously once we apply our shadows we lose a wee bit of the intensity from the previous shadow that we've applied. But I'm now going to go into the yellow in the palette, which is Parade. And I'm going to be taking this on my 04. Yeah, my 04. And I'm just going to be introducing this just all at that edge. I know I have these like zoomed in quite a bit, but please excuse like my hairline, it's just absolutely cloud in hairspray. If you have or use the Schwarzkopf Got To Be Glue hairspray, you will know. If you know, you know. It's awful. Like it is such a good hairspray, like, but like once you actually like brush it out, you're left with all this like shit in your hair and it looks so nasty. So please excuse my hair if you're actually able to see it, and I even have like makeup in it as well. It's just absolute disaster. Because this is our final shade and it's also our lighter shade, and we have more of like a wee fluffy brush. It still is quite a precise blended brush, but it is a wee bit more fluffy. I'm actually going to go in like circular motions to blend this on instead of like pattern motions, because I'm wanting this kind of be more blown out because it's our last and final shade. And I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbour's dog, I swear to Christ, I will shut the fuck up. But now taking my 06, I'm actually going to go into the Carnival palette because I'm kind of looking for like a peachy tone shade, which there actually isn't in this palette here, but there is one in the Carnival palette, so I do apologise. And I'm just going to pat this just in the inner corner. I want to do a coloured liner now. Made by Mitchell Liquid Blusher Blush in Cowlick, and I think this might be okay. So it's just a really nice like hot pink. Yeah. Well, I just go for it. I haven't actually tried these as liner or anything. I'm pretty sure they are liner safe, but we're gonna go for it today. Okay, lashes. Let's see what these ones are like. I wonder if these gonna look okay. Yeah, they look not too bad actually. I think they just need a wee bit of a trim. Whenever you use cut eyelashes, right, do you use cut from the inner corner or the outer corner, or does it all just depend on the lash? Because sometimes I'm like, I'm so confused. I never really know like whether to cut from the inner corner or the outer corner, or sometimes it just all depends on the lash. But I think I'm going to take the tiniest wee bit from the outer corner. Ooh. Oh, that's better. I'm going to be taking the bPerfect Cosmetics Perfection Primer. This is the Champagne Glow Illuminating Primer. I've took a white lotion at the minute for like lemon water. I would have in the morning a couple of like hot lemon water, but see, once it cools down it is so better. And then for foundation, I'm going to use an old favourite LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. I'm going to be taking the shade Nude Beige. Funnily enough, I'm usually porcelain. The shade ranges in this foundation are awful. They're so bad. They're so off. It's unbelievable. Like, I think porcelain I'm able to use on my fake tan days. So with this being Nude Beige and me having the tiniest wee bit of tan on at the minute, this might be actually too dark, but we'll see what it looks like. It's not right actually, it's not too bad. It's been so long since I've used it as well. So nice. It's definitely one of those foundations where I kind of feel like you either love it or you hate it. I know so many people that don't like this foundation, and I'm like, do you know what, I can kind of like understand where you're coming from, because whenever I first used this and it was first launched and like everybody was like all talking about it and hyping it up and stuff, I used it and I was like, what is this foundation? It's awful. What? I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I don't know what had happened, but I had tried it and again anyway, because I had always kept the bottle of it. Tried it. Love it. Absolutely love it. I must have about 6 bottles in there whenever it's Black Friday. Like the Black Friday sales, I always bulk buy it. Highly unnecessary, but because it's LA Girl, it's such an affordable foundation as it is, but whenever it's on sale on Black Friday on Beauty Bay, it's like £6 for a bottle, and like that is so good, and especially for such a really nice foundation. But It's just absolutely gorgeous on my skin personally, and obviously this is just my opinion. I love it. It just really works for me. I love the coverage of it. It's just like a really nice like medium to full coverage. This is obviously just with like a wee bit of a light layer, but you can obviously build it up, and the finish definitely is a wee bit more dewy. I would say maybe if you have oily skin, you might not agree with this foundation, although I do think they have maybe like a mattifying one, but obviously this is the illuminating one, but it does have like a nice satin-like finish, but it's just, it's so skin-like, but it's so beautiful at the same time. It's gorgeous. Oh. Honestly, if you love a GA foundation, you really need to try this. It's so good. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for recommending it. And then for a wee bit of concealer, I'm going to be taking the NARS Creamy Concealer. Yeah, Radiant Creamy Concealer. Do you know, I'm so looking forward to dinner tonight. I'm on the food side of TikTok, by the way. I love it. I absolutely love it. I have found so many recipes off TikTok. It is so good. So I find this like creamy tomato chorizo pasta and I'm going to have that for dinner tonight. I don't care if Kai doesn't want it or not. Although to be fair, he's quite good actually. He'll eat what he's given. That was just the Juvia's Place concealer, by the way. But I'm so looking forward to trying it and making it. It looks so good. Don't really know if I want to bring this up or not, but I've kind of noticed that I haven't really spoke about it, and nor do I really want to, I suppose. But what about this whole Andrew Tate situation? Apparently he's been banned off like most social media platforms. Good. Me and Kyle watched, is it Daz Watches? I don't know. Basically the fella that does like the gaming channel on YouTube or something. I think obviously he had done a video on Andrew Tate, and do you know what, me and Kyle watched it and it was just like, do you know what, good for you being a man and, you know, like using your platform and whatever. But do you know what kind of was in the back of my mind? It was like, there's obviously been so many women standing up and talking about Andrew Tate being like so misogynic, so sexist, just his overall behaviour being just very highly unnecessary and borderline just wrong. And of course nobody listens to women, but it takes a man to use his platform and speak up about it, and then people will listen. Or am I overthinking it? Am I just being a silly old woman and overthinking it? But seriously, like that's what I was thinking. It was just like, I don't know how many TikToks I've seen of like women coming forward and like actually like saying this and saying that and it's just like brushed off, swept under the rug, as per usual, as everything is. But as soon as a man stands up and speaks up about him or against him, everybody's like, you know, oh, this situation should be taken serious. Am I wrong? I know in a way I am kind of overreacting, and yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. We're not going to talk about Andrew Tate because I don't want to rattle anybody, but I think we can all agree that he is a waste of skin. And there is a tree out there working really hard to keep him alive, and that pisses me off. So do you know what I'm going to use, guys? The NARS cream bronzer again, the Laguna CO2, the original bronzer, because I have watched quite a few tutorials now of influencers using this, and apparently they love it. I don't know, like I've obviously tried it before and I definitely was not a fan of it, but I just wanted to try it again and just kind of give it another go. I don't know if anybody else is like this, and I kind of feel like this is something that we need to kind of get out of, is the fact that you hear of like a viral product or a very popular product or like products that like influencers love or whatever, and like say you get sucked into the hype or you buy a product that so many people love or whatever and you don't like it, you instantly start to think like, why do I not like it? What's wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong? Is it my skin? Is it the way I'm applying it? What's wrong with me? You know, it's never the product. It's never the product. You know, we're always sucked into like the it's a me problem, not the product. But you know, like it's okay to not like a product that everybody kisses its ass. You know what I mean? Like we're obviously gonna get like influencers or like people that kind of do what I do, I suppose, that are gonna like products and recommend products because they genuinely like them. But that doesn't mean that absolutely everybody is going to love these products, and that's why I find it a wee bit awkward recommending some products, because it's like these are just products that I know work for me and my skin. And in my humble opinion, I love them and they work for me, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work for absolutely everybody that I recommend these products to. Now and again, you will get the odd person being like, oh, you know, like you recommended this product to me and it was shit. You're a liar. You're a liar. Whenever it just unfortunately didn't work for them because of their skin type or whatever it might be, I don't know. Okay, to match the eyes, I'm going to go in with some of the Maybe Mitchell blush. I'm going to take a mixture between, what's this, Sweet Cheeks and COLLAB. Where do you put it? Like, this is what I mean, like this is definitely like one of these products. I obviously have the blushes, like the bronzer ones, and I'm not a fan of them. I've made my mind up, I'm not a fan. They just don't work for me. But you nearly feel guilty whenever it's a product that everybody loves. You're like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I not love this the way everybody else does? But like, that's okay, you know, calm down, it's okay. Just to give everything a wee set, I'm going to use my Technique Superfine Translucent Powder. This wee powder is so good. And just a wee bit in the forehead as well, but more so just underneath here. What? My under eyes, my under eyes. I cannot believe this just fucking happened. Oh my god. My mirror just fell. I just tipped everything off. What is this? The Whisper of Gull Extra Dimension Highlight. This wee one here. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. I'm gonna use the bPerfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie Silk Sheen highlighter for my nose highlight. I'll just put a wee bit in the cheeks as well. Why not? I nearly got knocked out by my mirror. If it happens again, I may as well go out with a glow. Glowing for the gods while I meet the god. Makeup Forever bronzer. Okay, so now for my lower lash line, I'm going to take my 05, which is my wee flat packing synthetic brush. I'm going to pick up the Bloom shade. This is the pink shade from the Carnival palette. Is it the Carnival palette? It's you, babe. Fuck's sake. Oh, I do not feel safe sitting here. I swear to goodness, my flowers moved and I thought it was that mirror falling down again. This is not right. I feel very unsafe. I'm not saying this is funny, right? But how funny would it be if that mirror actually did fall down and it completely knocked me out? Obviously, I would edit through the footage. It's not as if you'd be on like a live video or tutorial with me, like say on TikTok or something. And you would have to literally just sit there and watch me knocked out. That would be a tad funny, but at the same time it wouldn't be. It would be. So I'm just going to be putting this pink at the outer corner. And then I'm going to take this bar pink liner and I'm going to put that in my waterline. Then I'm going to go into my 02 and the orange shade. I'm going to go into the yellow. I just focus that yellow just right at the inner corner and kind of like underneath the pink and the yellow. The pink and the orange, sorry. So just taking that brush with the yellow and just kind of giving it all a wee blend like up around the outer corner and everything. Just to kind of combine everything. The soda liquid liner and I'm going to go do this wee inner corner situation. I kind of feel like the lower lash line is missing something. I love how these nails just so do not go with my eyes right now. I feel like the lower lash line is really lacking something and I don't know what. Lips. Shall we just go for a nude? Oh, I could do... Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Never mind. Don't mind me. I'm going to take the COLLAB Liquid Pencil in CTRL. And then I'm also going to take my Sweet Tea lip liner by Morphe. Look how small it's getting. Next, soft matte lip cream in Cairo. Okay guys, so this completes this makeup look. So much for watching this tutorial and I will see you in my next video.